Every time I move my hand, my camera stops. Okay, how's everyone doing? Happy first day. Ugh, it's kind of hot out here, but I'd rather be out here than inside right now. I love the outdoors. I'm gonna talk about two subjects today if I can stay on track. First one is the math ain't mathing. And then the other I want to get into about chat GPT. Hope I can stay on subject. Because I'll start going all over the place. And the math is not mathing because our Torah has been violently disassembled. That's the word I can use right now. Disassembled, put back together to fit an agenda. The agenda is to keep Israel, the house of Jacob, the nation itself, and all others that have the opportunity to be part of our kingdom, of Yah's kingdom. It was to keep us blinded, keep us away from our Creator. They placed things in there that made our Creator angry with us because we didn't use sound wisdom and judgment in order to stand up. The ones that did stand up ended up being jailed, unalived, exiled by the wicked ones that enjoyed the other nations' pleasures and rituals. And when I was cleaning up, I found this. It had fell off the shelf and slid up under the bed. And I wrote this, months ago, a few months ago, I wrote this. And it says, the math ain't mathing. Here we go. It says, the wicked scribes and priests, better known as the mathematicians of the Torah, because they added to and took away from Yah's laws, statutes, and commandments, which multiplied the sins of Israel, the whole nation. Yah allowed me to encounter the ugliness of the awakening first before allowing me to cross paths with truth bringers of Yah's word. They have exposed the lies of the wicked scribes, who added to and took away from our Torah. They also showed me that the elders and mores who say they hear from Yah are liars. If they were hearing from Yah, they would be exposing the lies of the wicked scribes who tell us to sacrifice animals and murdering animals for food. Therefore, who are they talking to? Who is giving them their downloads? And I referenced 1 Kings chapter 22, verses 19 to 23. If I can. It's 1 Kings 22. And I don't need glasses out here to read this small writing because y'all's light is better than artificial light. Can't see it in there. Under all of that light that I have around me, I can't see it. Isn't that something? 22, 19, and 23. Oh, this is it right here. I already had it marked from months ago. And it says, therefore, listen to the word of Yahuwah. I have seen Yahuwah sitting upon his throne, with all the host of heaven standing by our Creator, on our Creator's right and on our Creator's left. And Yah said, who will lure Ahab to go up to war, that he may fall in Ramoth Gilead? This one said, like this, and this one said, like this. Then the Spirit came forward and stood before Yah and said, I shall lure him. And Yah said, how? The Spirit replied, I will go out and be a spirit of falsehood in the mouths of all his prophets. In the mouth of all his prophets. All the ones that say they're prophets, but they can't see the adding to and taking away of our Torah. They can't even see it. I'll turn back around before I lose my place here. And Yahuwah said, you will lure him and you will succeed. Go forth and do so. And now, behold, Yahuwah has put a spirit of falsehood in the mouths of all these prophets of yours, for Yahuwah has decreed evil upon you. And that's what's happened to the modern day priesthood. They have a lying spirit. I'm not going to say that they don't hear a voice telling them things. But is it Yah? If it were so, Yah would tell them that Yah does not desire sacrifices of animals, of blood, of burning incense, and all these things. I feel like something went up my nose. Yah does not desire these things. And yesterday morning, before I went to our Sabbath day meet up with Sister Tessa from Tessa Yah, Sister Terry, Sister Dominique, and myself, we get together every Sabbath day and we discuss and encourage each other in our walk on the path back to Yah. And as I was getting dressed yesterday morning, I placed some earrings in my ear. There were pierced earrings, and all of a sudden, it was like piercings. In our commandment, it says that we are not to make any cuttings or piercings in our flesh, because that's what, the heathens around us at that time, those were things that they did to themselves. And all of a sudden, I remember that further down in the commandment, it says, if a servant has fulfilled their time with their master, and during that time they acquired a wife and children, or we say a woman and children, that when the servant is to leave, the servant is not able to take the children nor the woman, because they're property of the servant. And the math wasn't math, because the commandment says, do not make any cuttings or piercings in our flesh. But over there, if the servant loves and wants to keep the woman and the children, they will remain with the master, and the master must take them and pierce their ear to show that they are a servant, or some publications say are still a slave to the master. See the contradiction? Do you see it? Do you see it? Then David himself in Psalms says that, if talking to Yah, saying, if I were to give you sacrifices of bulls and burnt offerings, you would not desire these things. In Isaiah, I think it's Isaiah chapter 1, Yah is speaking and says, I hate your feast days. I hate your solemn assemblies. I hate your sacrifices and your burnt offerings. I am full and sick of your offerings of bulls and lambs. I never told you to do these things. They never came to my mind. These are in chapters from our prophets where Yah didn't say it. I never asked you to do these things. It's so many contradictions in there, where Yah said, do not make a prostitute or make your daughter into a harlot or a prostitute. But yet, in there, saying in the same commandments, if you lay with a virgin or force yourself on a virgin, that's not betrothed, engaged to be married or about to be, or belongs to another man for a wife. You do not, all you do is pay the father in silver, or go to the temple, give some silver, give the father some animals, something. You've made your child a prostitute, but yet y'all said do not make a prostitute of your daughter or a harlot of your daughter. But these wicked modern day prophets, put those in quotations, say they go right along with that. They don't ever look at it and say, something's not right here. They don't ever say it. They don't ever say something's not right with these scriptures. They go with it, lockstep with it, because it satisfies their lustful desires and the desire to be like other nations. Like it gives them legal rights to be like other nations, to do certain practices just like other nations. So the math ain't math. Then we have Chat GPT, or any type of AI responding system on different search engines. They are an excellent quick reference for resources or sources. However, it's designed to keep our people in transgression. I have seen so many videos of our people asking Chat GPT, even the palm colored people, asking Chat GPT if they were to be reincarnated as a human, like they've been here before. But yeah, they have. They have. You look deeply enough, you'll know they have. If they were to come to Earth as a human, what race would they choose? And the search engine responds, I will come back as a black person because of such and such and such. And then all of a sudden they'll take a spiritual turn saying because of JC, but then they use whatever, that they've taken JC and dipped them in Hershey's chocolate and put a dreaded wig on him and stuck a thorn crown on his head. And then they start going down the rabbit hole of the New Testament. It never draws from the Old Testament. It never acknowledges Yahuwah, because it wants to keep our people that are unaware and uninformed about our Creator, keep them blinded. Wow. Chat GPT, or wow. This AI program said this too. We use our black people. This is black. This part right here, that's black. Do I look black? Anyway, black people seem like they need artificial intelligence to validate them, to validate their race. Woo! Anyway, if you want validation, start at Genesis 1, where Yah says, let's make man in our image. And it's been proven that the image looks like this. So why do we need validation from a computer application? I really want to go in with that one, but no, I'm not. I'm not. It's just that some things make my behind itch when it comes to our people. And I've been to the doctor. I've had my checkups. I don't have any STDs. I don't have any infections or inflammations. But some of y'all make my behind itch. Always looking for validation from other nations, from other peoples. I'm going to leave it at that for right now. I got work to do inside. Put away some things. I forgot to fertilize that plant. I fertilized everything else. But I thank you for your time. But those are just two things that were on my mind. And to hear our people go on and on so joyously about some computer program validating them. If you know it or not, the fallen were this color too. Have a good day.